You know what? I've been putting this movie review off for a while, and the more I put it off, the more I hate this movie. Star Wars The Last Jedi is a bad, bad film. They literally butcher every single character that was set up in The Force Awakens. Remember all those questions we had in The Force Awakens, like who Rey's parents are, where's Kylo Ren come from, who are the Knights of Ren, who's Snoke, why was she left in Jakku? Forget it. They don't matter. No question matters because this movie doesn't give you any answers. This movie gives you nothing. They literally turn Luke Skywalker into a coward. Luke Skywalker straight up tries to kill Kylo Ren, Ben Solo, because he can sense the dark side in him and that he might be bad. But yet we spent 3 movies with Luke Skywalker trying to save his father, Darth Vader, the most evil guy in the universe, who straight up killed kids and many other Jedi. But no, we can't save Kylo Ren because he might be bad. Really? That is just bad, bad story writing, guys. Luke Skywalker is supposed to be one of the most powerful Jedi ever. And what do they do in this? They newt him. They newt him. He's literally cut himself off from the Force. So forget about seeing any like epic scenes with Luke Skywalker using the Force, because apparently now he can't use it. Except for like astral projection, which I'll get into later. You can bet your ass we'll get into that later. Not only that, they butchered Leia. Now Leia I thought was going to go out in this film. And there's a point in this movie where Leia gets blown out into space. And I was ready to accept that this is the way she was going to go out. Yes, it's a bit sudden, but I was ready to accept that, you know, yes, Carrie Fisher died. Yes, Leia is going to go out this way. So I was ready to accept it. And then they do something which is so out of character for Leia. I just don't know how to describe it. I really don't. Picture this, right? If you've seen the movie, you know exactly what I'm on about, and you know exactly what's coming next. Leia literally starts twitching her hand in space, right? So she's not dead. Ooh, she's not dead. But then she starts to literally float through space and enter the spaceship that she's just been blown out of, and she knocks on the door and they open it. So the laws of gravity don't apply in this movie, because if they'd opened that airlock, every fucker would have been blown out into space. And not only that, we have had no indication up until this point that Leia can actually use the Force. So this scene makes no sense. She should have just died at that point. This movie infuriated me. It really did. Another point I want to get onto, Snoke. Oh my god, Snoke. Oh. Remember all those fan theories we had about who Snoke is? Is he Plagueis? Is he Mace Windu come back from the dead? Forget him, because they don't matter. He's nobody. And you know what really pisses me off? Is that he goes out like a bitch. He goes out like a bitch. They literally kill Snoke off in this movie. Without any answers, nothing. And the worst bit is, right, Snoke is monologuing to Kylo Ren, telling him how powerful he is and that he can sense everything around him, and that there was no way that Kylo Ren could betray him because he knows everything he's going to do. And while he's doing this monologue to Kylo Ren has got his hand behind his back and he's manipulating a lightsaber right next to him. So he can literally... It doesn't make sense. He literally manipulates a lightsaber, which is sitting right next to Snoke. He turns it round, he turns it on, and it goes right through his chest. That's how he goes out. After saying to Kylo Ren, oh yeah, I'm all powerful. I can sense everything around me. There's no way you can betray me. Bullshit. He just did. And you sensed nothing. Nothing. Snoke is a throwaway character. And speaking of throwaway characters, remember Captain Phasma? In the first movie, she did nothing. Well, guess what? She does nothing again. Nothing. Oh, tell a lie. Sorry. Finn and Captain Phasma do have like a 30-second fight. And then she dies. She dies. So no backstory. Nothing. So that's all Captain Phasma is a cool piece of armor. And that is it. This movie could have been so much better. So much better. And you remember the questions we had about Rey's parents? Well, forget them as well. Because they don't matter. Because Rey's parents are nobody. She is the ultimate Mary Sue. She is perfect at everything, yet she's had no training. And speaking of training, we all thought that Luke was going to train Rey, yeah? You know, was training in the ways of the Force, and she's going to be an all-powerful Jedi. No. He just fucks around with her a bit. He literally says, oh, reach out and touch the Force. And what she do? She literally reaches out with her hand. And then Luke just gets a piece of fucking, I don't know, fucking leaf or something, and starts fucking playing around with it and says, oh my god, can you feel it? That's the Force. That is not a Star Wars movie, guys. Come on. And that is probably... I can't believe that was in a Star Wars movie. I really can't believe that was in a Star Wars movie. The humour in this movie is god-awful. I'm not even exaggerating. It is god-awful. It starts off with a Yo Mama joke between Finn and Hux. A Yo Mama joke. I'm not even joking. That is how it starts. And then, don't get me started on Canto Bight. Why was that scene in the movie? That scene was very reminiscent of the prequels. It looked like the prequels. It felt like the prequels. It didn't need to be in this movie. I suppose we have to talk about Luke and the ending. This is going to hurt. So, if you like me, right, you were probably expecting a showdown between Luke Skywalker and, you know, the First Order and Kylo Ren. We don't get that. No, we don't get that. I mean, the minute I saw Luke Skywalker walking out in front of all those, like, AT-ATs, I thought this is going to be the moment where Luke shines. He's literally going to put out his hand and he's going to crush all those AT-ATs with his mind. But no, nothing happens. Because Luke Skywalker's not even fucking there. He's in astral projection. Luke Skywalker is still on his fucking island. He's not even in the final battle, technically. And then he starts doing all this Matrix bullshit. That is not Luke Skywalker. Luke Skywalker is a cunning, clever, you know, well-trained Jedi. Not a fucking martial arts expert. And then he dies. He dies. He literally says to Kylo Ren, oh, see you around, kid. You know, fucking... see you around, kid. He actually says that to him. This is Luke Skywalker, and he ends with a quip. What the hell? And then the next scene, then, you get Luke Skywalker sitting on his rock, and you know, the binary binary stars theme starts going, and you know the and he's looking at the suns, and he just fades away and dies. That is an awful way for Luke Skywalker to go out. What were they thinking? As a fan, a long-time fan of Star Wars, this movie really made me mad. I really don't know where I can go from here now. I mean, episode 9 is fucked. It really is fucked. I mean, there's nowhere it can go. So, I don't know how they're going to fix it, but they need to do something, because I think a lot of people have lost faith in Star Wars after this movie. A lot of people. I'm just so mad. So mad. Because the thing is, I know, you know, if J.J. Abrams kept up with the themes in The Force Awakens, we could have got an amazing Last Jedi movie. But no, we got this shit. And to me, this wasn't a Star Wars movie. This was more like a parody. I hate this movie. I even went to see it a second time. You know, I thought I'd see it a second time without any expectations, not building it up, you know, like an event like Star Wars normally is. Just go in as a normal movie and watch it. Granted, it was better second time around, but that I knew it's a bad movie. It is a really bad movie. The score isn't even memorable. And some of the best moments in Star Wars come from musical cues, and this one just didn't have any. It just fails as a Star Wars movie on all fronts. Yes, it may look pretty, but that's about it. The story's garbage. The characters are shallow. It's essentially a space chase. That's all it is. That's all it is. They waited to get close enough to destroy the remnants of the rebels, and that is it. I expected so much more from this movie. Anyway, guys, I've ranted long enough now. Let me know in the comments below what you thought about The Last Jedi. Were you disappointed like I was? Did you enjoy it? If you enjoyed it, let me know, because I hate this movie. Anyway, guys, until next time, goodbye, my friends. Goodbye.